If you need unlimited domination, clutch time, or anything else online or offline grinding, make sure you hit up RoseNBA on Twitter for quick, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 3 of I Build Your Teams, the series where I build my viewers' teams into the best teams possible for my team unlimited and or competitive play based on how much MT they have, what their squad is currently looking like, and things like that. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, help me push towards the 8,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Just hit 7K. I really do appreciate all the recent support on the channel. But yeah, without further ado, let's announce our special guest. I didn't even tweet about this, so a lot of y'all may not know, but I'm sure y'all see it in the title and the thumbnail. We are joined today with Mr. Evan Tanaka. Evan, how we doing?
What's good, y'all? We're here to rate some teams, give you guys our best suggestions, and hopefully improve your guys' teams. Happy that Jason let me on once again. We did this bunch last year, so hopefully another good video coming from both of us.
We will be doing several collab videos throughout the year, so y'all can be on the lookout for that. And I will leave a link to Evan's Twitch and his YouTube in the description below, so make sure y'all go drop him a follow and a sub if y'all don't already. We're going to be doing a video just like this over on his channel pretty soon as well. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Start off with the first team today, which comes in from Anthony. He's got 250,000 MT, and his team is looking really, really good. D Rose and Donovan Mitchell, probably the two best point guards in the game right now. Jaylen Brown and Zach LaVine, also super solid. He's got Pippen, he's got AK, he's got Blake, Paulo, Mark Williams, Rudy Gobert, Victor Oladipo, and Jaden Ivey, and then Joakim Noah off the bench, or at the end of the bench, I should say. So my thing about this team, you got a really, really good squad. I don't love the playing two insides as your starting and your backup center. For me personally, I would rather have an inside center off the end of your bench if you feel like you need that type of center, like put Mark Williams in your last 3. But I would rather just move Blake and Paulo to the center positions, and then you could sell guys like Oladipo and Jaden Ivey who aren't actually in your lineup currently, and use that MT to upgrade other parts of your squad. And honestly, what I would probably do is I would sell LaVine, I would sell Oladipo, and I would sell Jaden Ivey. I would also sell Gobert, and then move Mark Williams to your last 3. Move Blake and Paulo to the 5s, and then pick up Danny Green as your backup 2, and then probably go, I don't know, Zion and Giannis as your power forwards is probably what I would do. That's just my opinion right now. I'm not entirely sure. What do you think, Evan?
I mean, I would pretty much agree with what you're saying. Like, I personally like running inside centers. I know JC doesn't either. So if you want to have Rudy Gobert as like your 13th man or Joakim Noah, you definitely can. But I would once again agree with him. Sell Victor 100%. Maybe sell Zach LaVine. I do like him and Jaylen Brown as your shooting guards. So I might keep those two. Definitely keep Jaylen Brown, obviously. He's probably the best shooting guard in the game right now. But Zach LaVine, I think, is pretty good to have coming off the bench. Looking at your centers, once again, I would kind of agree with JC said. Get rid of Mark Williams, move Gobert to the, either 13th man, or you can sell him, make some more MT. Slide Blake, slide Paulo to the 5s, and then all you got to do is pick up some 4s. Whether you want to go that Robert Horry, if you want to go really budgety option, I know he's very good. Zion Williamson, like JC said, is very good. And then Giannis from the token market, obviously, is a really good budget card. Just kind of depends how much MT you want to spend. But yeah, overall, very good looking squad.
Yes, sir. Next team, what do you think, Evan?
The next team here coming in from, I think it's Danny. He has 150 KMT, open to any suggestions. Looking at starting lineup, he's got the D-Rose, obviously really good. Jimmy Butler, I think that's probably going to be our main, shooting guard is kind of his weakest point, your weakest point in your lineup. I do like your power forwards, though. Odom and Giannis, really good. Same thing with your small forwards, AK, LeBron. You got D-Mitch at point guard, D-Rose at point guard. Like, you got a very good team other than the shooting guard position, in my opinion. So shooting guards isn't the most, there's not that many guys you can go with. I mean, if you want to spend some MT, you can get that Michael Jordan, the diamond version, or the amethyst. But I'd honestly recommend, if you want to go a bit more budgety, just get amethyst Danny Green as your starting shooting guard. And then off the bench, I would go with you can just buy the sapphire OJ card and evo him up to diamond, or you can just buy him straight up as a diamond for I think 30,000 MT. And those are my suggestions. I mean, you can get Banchero as well. You go over Tyson Chandler at that backup 5, because like I said, I don't really like running inside centers. I'd much rather have a stretch like Paulo. You can start him with Giannis and then have Pau Gasol off the bench. You can kind of, whatever you want, whatever you prefer is what I would do. But for your shooting guards, definitely get Danny Green and definitely get OJ or MJ.
I probably would do the exact same thing. I would move Tyson Chandler to your last 3 just so you have an inside center. I run an inside center in my last 3. I think that's useful, but I like having a stretch both starting and off the bench. Pau is great. You can have Paulo and Pau as your centers, and then your shooting guard position obviously is the main position needs upgrading. Danny Green, Ochai is a great option. I would probably go Amethyst MJ personally, just for a little bit added defense and slashing ability. I just think MJ gives you a little bit more flexibility, and he can knock down the open 3 even though he only has like a 67 base 3. With his release, how smooth it is, how easy it is to green, you can knock knock that down consistently. That's what I'd go. Not the biggest fan of LeBron at this point in the year, but for a nobody's spent squad, he's definitely super solid. And I think you have a really, really good team here. A lot of good free cards as well. So big fan of this squad. Yeah, those are the upgrades that I'd be making. So next team comes in from Kaluxa. He's got 450 KMT. He's going to get 5 more trophies for Jermaine. So he'll have Jermaine at some point in this team. But D Rose and Mitchell, we're seeing a lot of D Rose and Mitchell, and I like it because those are probably the 2 best point guards in the game, and they're both free. Iggy and Danny Green is elite. AK and LeBron, again, don't love LeBron, but like he's fine. And then we have Lamar, Giannis, Paulo, and DeAndre Jordan. For me, okay, you're getting Jermaine pretty soon, I assume. You could just keep running DeAndre as your backup center until you get Jermaine, and then have Jermaine and Paul as your centers, DeAndre in your last 3. That's an option. He says he'll have Scotty next week as well. And because you'll have Scotty next week, I'm not really going to recommend an upgrade for your backup small forward position. You can kind of just run Braun for now until you get that Scotty Pippen card. I think the team is solid, though. Really don't have any sort of issues with this team. I think potentially consider picking up Blake. That would probably be the main upgrade. And even if you do pick up Blake at some point, once you get Jermaine, you could have Blake and Jermaine as your centers, and then have Paulo and Lamar as your power forwards, which I actually would like a lot. So Blake is my favorite center in the game right now. I think he's an absolute monster. So that's probably the one guy I'd consider buying if I were you, is what I'd say.
Yeah, no, me too. Like, exactly like what JC said at the end there. You definitely need to get Blake Griffin. Like, I mean, he might be a little bit more expensive now. He might be up to 200,000 MT, but if you can get him for like 150, 175, like even 200K, that's a really good price for Blake Griffin. He's definitely worth that amount. You got, what, 450,000 MT. You definitely have enough to spend on a guy like Blake Griffin. What I would do, once you get Scottie Pippen, once you get Jermaine O'Neal, you can run, Scottie at the 3, and then move AK to the backup 3, get rid of LeBron. For your power forwards, can be Paulo Banchero and Lamar Odom, and then once you get Jermaine O'Neal, can be Blake Griffin and Jermaine, or Jermaine and Blake Griffin, depends who you like better. But yeah, not really that many suggestions. I mean, your team's very solid, so yeah, just get Blake Griffin in my opinion.
I do have to ask, if you're watching this video, Kalu, why is the camera quality so low on this picture? It's super blurry, and I'm super confused why. I don't understand that. I don't know. It's like this one's super clear, and this one's, I don't know. Just making a point. I don't even know why I mentioned that, to be completely honest. But point being, whatever. Great team, though. Blake is the main upgrade. What do you think about this one, Evan?
Okay, looking at the squad from, I think his name's Carson, but Paper. I call him Paper on he's in our Twitch chats a bunch. But yeah, 900 KMTs, about 10,000 away from Scotty. So let's just assume he has Scottie Pippen at the small forward position, where I assume you play him at small forward. So the first thing I noticed right away is you have Curry at point guard at the backup spot, which I do think is a good card. But what I would do, especially once you get Scottie Pippen, is get rid of Curry, sell him, or if you want to keep him for maybe some offline grinds, you can as well. I know he's really good in clutch offline to get those wins down to super fast and easy. But yeah, Iguodala, move him to the backup shooting guard, or maybe you like him more than Jordan, have Jordan off the bench, and then Iggy at the starting 2. So your point guards will be D Rose, D Mitch, your shooting guards will be Jordan, Iggy, and then your small forwards can be Scottie Pippen, and you can keep Lamar Odom, but I might actually recommend moving Banchero to the 5 and then moving Lamar Odom to the 4, and then picking up a small forward like an AK-47, right? I think that's a good upgrade too to have off the bench. You'll have D Mitch, Iggy, AK, your power forward. You'll have Lamar, and then your center, you'll have Banchero. For the starting center, that's where I get Blake Griffin. Once again, like we recommend for the last team, Blake Griffin is my favorite center in the game, and I think a top 3 card in the game, debatably. He is the biggest X factor, in my opinion, when playing right now. Going up against other centers, he just like absolutely dominates, scores the most points for me, does pretty much everything on the court. So yeah, that's what I do for your squad. Get Blake Griffin. Definitely move Curry off the lineup. D Mitch to the backup point guard. AK to the backup 3, Iguodala to the backup 2, slide Lamar to the 4, and then slide Banchero to the backup 5.
I agree. I gotta ask, with 900 KMT, why are we running Amethyst Steph Curry at the 1? I really don't even have an answer for that, because completely honest, even if you want a Curry for offline grinding, just buy the one for 30 tokens in the token market. Like, you have that much MT, you definitely have tokens. Just get the one from the token market, and then you can use him for offline grinding. Sell that card. There's no reason that he needs to be in your lineup whatsoever. But D Rose, Donovan is amazing. MJ and Pippen should be your starting 2 and 3, simply because they have a duo as well, which even makes them even better, which is super nice. Then you have Iggy at the backup 2, AK at the backup 3, like you said. Then you go Larry Johnson, Lamar at the 4s, and Blake and Paulo at the 5s. Have whoever you prefer between Joakim and Mark Williams in your last 3, so you have that inside center as an option if you're getting mashed to death. And team is going to look amazing at that point once you pick up those couple players and make those few changes. You're looking at really one of the best squads in the game at that point. Second to last team comes in from some random dude named Evan Tanaka. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. I don't know who that guy is. Pennywise495. That's a stupid gamer tag. But anyways, Evan has dropped his team in this video. He's got 2 million MT. What in the money spent? This man is rich or something. I don't know. But D Rose, Donovan Mitchell. He's got the 2 best point guards in the game. Unsurprising. Kid doesn't get off the game. Andre Iguodala, Danny Green, Scottie Pippen, Why do you have 2 million MT and Amethyst LeBron James? I have no freaking
Go.
No, he's the GOAT in real life, but come on, bruh. We gotta get ourselves an Andre Kirilenko on the team, man. He's like 40K or something like that. I don't know how much he's going for, but you have 2 million MT. Please buy it on AK. Please. Also, why do you not have an inside in your last 3? You're just asking to get mashed.
Who cares? I got Boban.
Because we're going to put gold Boban on the court.
That's why I actually would.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, besides the trolling, for Evan, I would recommend picking up AK. That's really about it. I mean, his team obviously is very good. With the amount of MT he has, though, he might as well spend 40 or 50K on an Andre Kirilenko to come off the bench instead of Braun. Definitely a significant upgrade, especially on the defensive end of the court. Otherwise, though, I really like this team. Siakam's a card we haven't talked about this video either, but he's really, really good at the 4. If you are looking for a 4 and you have the MT to lock in that set, it's not crazy expensive, and Siakam is a really good option. So definitely Evan has a good team, but I would personally want to have some sort of inside center at the end of the bench, even if it's a guy like Joakim Noah, who I know is free from the collector level, and then AK is the guy I'd get. So I don't think you really want to give any thoughts on your own team, Evan, but I don't know. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah. We're going to move on to the next
All right. Last team today. What are we thinking, Evan?
All right, we got 700,000 MT to spend. He says Manu stays. I mean, might as well. That was the pink diamond he chose first, so obviously he's going to stay. And then you're open to other suggestions. So looking at your squad here, we got Curry, we got Manu, Jeremy Shohan, Benchero, Tyson Chandler. Pretty decent starting lineup. I mean, you got 700,000 MT. It depends how much you want to spend to that, because you can make your squad like 10 times better. But if you want to go more of like a budget option, what I'd recommend is maybe downgrade to the... Oh, you have the duo, so that's the Amethyst Curry. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you can keep the Amy Curry.
He's not playing them together.
Not playing them, I know, so I know it's no point.
So he doesn't get the boost.
I was trying to think if you should downgrade, but if it's Amethyst, you can just keep them. Or maybe you can try to grind for... Donovan Mitchell's not available. Okay, yeah. So what I'd recommend doing is for either your backup small forward, or depends how you want to use this lineup. Okay, so what I would do is move Benchero to the 5, get rid of Tyson Chandler, and have him as your backup big man over Drummond. And then for your power forward, I'd recommend getting that Robert Horry card, a card that we haven't talked about in this video, but or I think I maybe mentioned once, but he is a absolute budget demon. Like, he is insane on both sides of the court. So I get him for your starting power forward. Your starting lineup's good. And then off the bench, I'm really not the biggest fan of Marcus Smart. So a guy like Jaden Ivey or Baron Davis is probably an upgrade for me. There's no really other point guards you can buy, because like D-Mitch, D-Rose, Russ are all the best, and then there's John Morant, but he's like 300,000 MT, and I wouldn't recommend doing that. So either get Jaden Ivey or maybe go after a Baron Davis and play them over Smart for your backup 2. I get either Danny Green if you want to spend a bit, maybe go get Diamond Jordan or Diamond Levine, maybe even a Vince Carter if you want to make like a massive upgrade. For your backup 3, I mean, I like Amy LeBron from the token market, but AK is probably the smarter pickup. So I put AK at the starting 3 and then move Jeremy Shohan to the backup 3. And then that's pretty much it, because unless you Blake, honestly, if you want to spend a good amount of MT, go ahead and get Blake. That's going to be your best pickup possible. And then have Blake as your starting center and Benchero as your backup center. So I know I explained a lot, but just to say your team, it'd be like Curry, Manu, AK. At the 4 would be that Robert Horry card. Maybe Giannis, depends who you like more. And then Blake at the starting 5. Off the bench, I would go, say, Jaden Ivey, Danny Green, or MJ, whatever you want to go with. And then for the backup 3, Jeremy Shohan. For the backup 4, Giannis. And the backup 5 would be Paulo Benchero.
I agree, mostly. I would just say scrap Curry. Sell him. Sell Del Curry as well if he's not locked in. I don't know if he locks in for Kevin Love. I don't honestly remember. But I would say scrap the point guard position. Steph and Marcus Smart. You could keep Marcus Smart maybe if you want the defense. But honestly, just scrap that. Go get Baron Davis and Jaden Ivey. I think those 2 guys are going to be upgrades. Play those 2 as your point guards. Then have Manu and Danny Green as your shooting guards. AK and Jeremy Sohan at your small forwards. Either Pascal Siakam or Robert Horry and Giannis at the power forwards. And then Blake and just Paulo Banchero as your 5s. And then you run Tyson Chandler or Drummond or whoever you prefer of the insides at the end of your bench. I really think you do that. It's pretty simple. Your team's going to be a lot smoother and a lot better in my personal opinion. And as y'all can tell, me and Evan like our stretch bigs, because we have just recommended everybody scrap their inside centers this whole video. So if y'all love inside centers, feel free to keep running the inside centers. It just doesn't fit my playstyle. It doesn't particularly fit Evan's either. I much prefer to have the floor spacing of having those stretch bigs on the court. I really think that gives you a lot more space. It helps you run your offense a lot more efficiently. And those guys are athletic. Blake and Paulo both have good speed, very athletic, great slashers, and play defense better than you expect and better than their stats and badges say that they would. So that's pretty much going to do it for the video, though. I really do appreciate y'all for watching. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Additionally, huge thanks to Evan for coming on and doing this video with me as well. So hopefully y'all did enjoy. And Evan, anything else you want to say?
Pretty much it. Hopefully our suggestions did help. Make sure to drop JC a sub, comment down below, drop a like, all type of stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day.
one more thing. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we'll have a video like this on Evan's channel very, very soon, potentially even tomorrow from when y'all are seeing this video. So be on the lookout for that as well. And again, go drop him a follow on Twitch, sub to him on YouTube. And yeah, that's going to do it for the video. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.